Stop now, do not leave this place. If you clicked on this video, listen to what I'm about to tell you. The Archangel Michael has been trying to speak with you for hours. This is not a figure of speech. He is by your side at this very moment and trembles as he says that he will never again be able to communicate with you in this manner if you ignore this warning. A great tragedy was approaching your life, and his mission now is to save you. So stay here. Do not move forward. Do not close this video, because in the next few minutes you will receive something directly into your open hands, something that can change the coming years of your existence. I know what you are feeling. I know that the past months have been brutal. It may be that you woke up today with that tightness in your chest that has no medical explanation. It may be that you spent the night awake, your head spinning, thinking about bills to pay, a relationship that does not progress, health that worries you, a future that seems nebulous. Perhaps you are at that point in life where you work so hard, dedicate yourself so much, do so much for others, and yet it seems that nothing moves, as if there were an invisible wall between you and everything that you deserve. For it is exactly about this that the Archangel Michael needs to speak with you. And what he will reveal here is so serious, so urgent, that I must ask you, stay until the end. Every second that you remain here, your destiny reconfigures itself. It is no exaggeration. You will understand why. That is why I have prepared a powerful digital book for you, titled How to Know If God Will Save You at the Final Judgment. This material was made for those who are at the exact moment when heaven reveals what was hidden and occult movements come to light. Within it are truths that function as spiritual lenses, allowing you to see what previously went unnoticed. You will understand why certain blocks existed, why certain people had so much power over your energy, and how to position yourself so that this never happens again. People who have accessed it told me that for the first time they felt the invisible chains break, that a clarity took hold of everything. The link is in the description of the video and pinned at the top of the comments. If something within you confirms that this is for you, do not delay. Access it now. But first, do one thing for me. Right now in the comments, I am protected. It seems simple, but when you declare this, whether in writing or out loud, the entire universe recognizes that you have chosen the light. It is like lighting a torch in the middle of the darkness. The shadows retreat. The protection activates. Do this now, before continuing. Now listen to me with great attention, because what I'm going to tell you here may shock you. There is something moving around you that you cannot see. A dense, heavy energy that installed itself in your life silently, without you noticing, without your authorization. This energy has been there for months, perhaps for years, and it is directly responsible for everything that has gone wrong. That promotion that did not come, that money that came in and vanished at the same speed, that relationship that crumbled when it seemed it would work out, that illness that appeared out of nowhere, that constant feeling that you are swimming against the current. The Archangel Michael revealed that this shadow is not something natural. It is not simply bad luck or a bad fate. It is a spiritual block that was placed in your energetic field and acts as an invisible anchor, pulling you down every time you try to rise. And here is the most disturbing part. The better the person is, the stronger this anchor becomes, because the forces of darkness do not waste energy on those who are already in the dark. They attack those who have light, and you, my dear, have much light. That is why your life has been so difficult. But now at this very instant, the Archangel Michael has intervened. He is breaking this chain, he is removing this shadow, and with every second that you remain here, present, conscious, with an open heart, this cleansing deepens. You may be feeling something at this moment, a shiver, a warmth in your chest, an emotion rising out of nowhere, eyes welling up for no apparent reason. Do not hold it back. Do not repress it. This is your spirit recognizing the truth. It is your soul saying, finally someone is saying what I needed to hear. And if you think this is a coincidence, that you opened this video by chance, let me tell you something. There is no chance in the spiritual plane. Every click is guided. Every choice that brought you here was orchestrated. The Archangel Michael moved heaven and earth, so that this video would reach you at the exact moment you need it most. Now I'm going to reveal something to you that will completely change the way you view your own story. But first, I need you to take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose, hold for 3 seconds, and release slowly through your mouth. Do this now, because what comes next is heavy, and at the same time, liberating. Ready? Then let us proceed. Have you ever noticed how the lives of certain people seem to flow with ease? Everything works out, doors open, opportunities appear, money comes in, love arrives, health is maintained. And then you look at your life and think, why is it different with me? What did I do wrong? Has God forgotten me? I must tell you with all the firmness of my heart, God has not forgotten you. He never forgot. Not for a second. What happened is that you were chosen for something greater, and everything that you interpreted as abandonment, as punishment, as injustice, was actually preparation. The Archangel Michael said exactly this. The pain that this person carried was never a punishment. It was a preparation. Each tear strengthened the soul. Each sleepless night sharpened the intuition. Each disappointment closed the wrong doors so that the right door could finally open. I will repeat this because it needs to enter the depths of your being. It was not punishment. It was preparation. It was not abandonment. It was training. It was not failure. It was the necessary path to bring you exactly where you need to be now. And where you need to be now is here, in this video, in this instant, receiving this message that was kept for you since before you were born. If this makes sense in your soul, write Amen in the comments. This word is not just a religious gesture, it is a frequency. When you write Amen with intention, you are saying to the universe, I accept, I receive, I trust, and the universe responds. Now let me tell you what the Archangel Michael revealed about the coming days of your life. And here is where I need your total attention, because this part is the most important of the entire video. A portal has opened. I'm not speaking poetically. I'm speaking of a real energetic window, an opening in the spiritual field that allows the entry of blessings that had been dammed up for a long time. This window appears only a few times throughout an existence. Most people do not even notice when it opens, because they are too distracted, too busy, too skeptical. But not you. You are here. You are present. And that makes all the difference. The Archangel Michael said that in the next 7 days, things that seemed impossible will begin to move. That money that was stuck will appear from where you least expect it. That health problem that worried you will begin to show signs of improvement. That relationship that was cold will reheat, or a new one will emerge in your path. An idea will come to your mind with such clarity that you will know, in the depths of your soul, that it came from above. But there is a condition, and this condition is non-negotiable. You need to be aligned, you need to keep your frequency high, and the first step for this is not to leave here now. Because every sentence you hear, every second you remain present, your vibration rises. It is as if you were charging a spiritual battery, and this battery needs to be full so that you can receive what is arriving. I know it seems like a lot. I know the rational mind tries to doubt. It is normal. We were raised in a culture that taught us to believe only in what the eyes can see. But tell me one thing. Have you ever seen the wind? No. You feel the wind. You see the effects of the wind. And that is exactly how the spiritual world works. You do not see the change happening, but you feel it. And the effects will appear in your life in concrete, visible, undeniable ways. The Archangel Michael now approaches and whispers something that gives me shivers even to recount. Tell them that the struggle is over. Tell them that the time of suffering has come to an end. I declare with the authority that was given to me that the cycle of pain of this soul ends now. Do you understand the gravity of this? When an archangel declares the end of a cycle, there is no force in the universe that can contradict it. It is a divine order. It is a celestial sentence, and it was given now to you in this moment. So I'm going to ask you to do something powerful. Place your hand on your chest, feel your heart beating, and repeat with me in thought or out loud. I accept the end of my suffering. I open myself to receive the blessings that are mine by divine right. I trust in God's plan for my life. If you did this, congratulations. You have just activated one of the most powerful spiritual decrees that exist." And the Archangel Michael smiled. "Now I need to tell you about something that almost no one mentions, and which is fundamental for you to understand why your life will change starting today. There is a spiritual concept called the turning point. It is that exact moment when the soul reaches the frequency necessary to break an old cycle and enter a new one. It is not something that happens gradually. It is a cut. It is a rupture. Like when water is heating, and suddenly in a second it boils. It does not boil little by little. It changes state in an instant. Your life is at that boiling point now. Everything you lived, all the difficulties, all the tears, all the sleepless nights, all the "why, my God," all of that was the water heating up. And now, at this moment, by hearing this message, by remaining present, by opening your heart, the boiling happens. The state changes. The cycle breaks, and nothing will ever be as it was before. The Archangel Michael says, "Tell them that what they lost was not destined to remain. It was destined to open space. Each thing that was taken from their lives was occupying the place of something much greater that can now finally enter. Think about it. That job you lost was occupying the place of something better. That relationship that ended was preventing true love from arriving. That money that vanished needed to leave so that real abundance could flow. It was not loss, it was divine exchange. And from now on you will begin to receive what is yours. If your heart is racing at this moment, if your skin is shivering, if your eyes are full of tears, it is not weakness, it is activation. It is your physical body responding to a spiritual transformation that is happening in real time. And I need to tell you one more thing, something that the Archangel Michael made a point of asking me to say. That person who hurt you, the one who betrayed you, who humiliated you, who made you feel that you were not enough, that person did not have the power to destroy you, and the proof of that is that you are here, alive, standing, with your heart beating, with your soul open to receive this message. If they had succeeded in destroying you, you would not be here, but you are. And that means you are stronger than any attack that has ever come against your life." The Archangel Michael said, "Tell them that each wound became a shield, each scar became armor. What tried to destroy them, in truth, made them invincible." I know it is hard to believe this when the pain is still fresh, when the hurt still tightens, when the longing still cuts. But spiritual truth is not always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts before it heals, sometimes it breaks before it rebuilds, and that is exactly what is happening to you now. The old is being broken so that the new can be built. And this new, my dear, is something that will leave you speechless. In the coming days, pay close attention to these signs. You will begin to sleep better. The nightmares will decrease. Ideas will become clearer, as if someone had cleaned a dirty glass in your mind. People who had vanished from your life will seek you out. Doors that were locked for years will open without you pushing. Opportunities will arise in unexpected places. And a peace, that deep peace that you have not felt for a long time, that peace that feels like a mother's embrace, will return to live inside your chest. This is not my promise. It is the promise of the Archangel Michael. And in the history of creation, since the beginning of time, he has never, under any circumstance, broken a promise. But I need to go deeper with you, because there is a layer of this story that almost no one speaks of. And if I do not speak of it now, perhaps no one ever will. Have you ever stopped to think why so many good people suffer so much in this country? Honest, hard-working people who wake up at dawn, who take crowded buses, who work 2-3 jobs to give the minimum to their children, people who never did harm to anyone, and yet live in a wheel of difficulty that does not stop turning. You look to the side and see people with no scruples at all prospering, and you ask yourself, where is divine justice? I understand this pain, truly. It is a pain that lives in the chests of millions, and the Archangel Michael knows this pain closely because he walks through every street, every alley, every community, every home in this country, every day. He sees the mother who cries hidden in the bathroom so as not to frighten her children. He sees the father who swallows his pride every day so as not to explode. He sees the young person who is almost giving up, the elderly person who feels forgotten, the woman who smiles on the outside and carries the world on her back. And today he told me something that made me stop and remain in silence for a long time. He said, "Tell them that I know each face, each name, each story. No suffering went unnoticed, and now the time has come for me to act." When the Archangel Michael says that the time has come to act, the entire spiritual plane mobilizes. Energies reorganize. Doors that were jammed begin to loosen. Paths that were blocked begin to open. And this happens not in the time of the calendar, but in God's time, which is always perfect. Do you know what happens when a person accumulates so much suffering and yet does not give up? Do you know what happens when someone is pushed to the ground once, twice, 10, 100 times, and still gets up? Something extraordinary happens in the spiritual plane. This soul reaches a level of frequency that most people will never know. It is a frequency forged in fire, a resilience that cannot be bought, cannot be taught, cannot be imitated. It is only conquered by living. And it is exactly this frequency that activates the type of blessing that the Archangel Michael is bringing to you. It is not a common blessing. It is not a slight improvement in your life. It is a complete game changer. The kind that makes the people around you ask, "What happened to you? You look different." And you will smile inside because you will know exactly what happened. What happened is that your soul finally received what was hers by right. The Archangel Michael says, "Tell them that the reward is proportional to the suffering. The greater the pain was, the greater the glory shall be, and the glory that comes to this soul is of a size that it still cannot imagine." I know it may seem hard to believe, especially when you look at your bank account, at your current situation, at the circumstances around you, but answer me one thing. When did God ever ask you to believe only in what your eyes see? Faith is exactly this, trusting in what has not yet manifested in the physical plane, but which is already real in the spiritual plane, and in the spiritual plane, your turnaround has already happened. Now it is only a matter of time for the material world to catch up to what the spiritual world has already decreed. So I ask you one thing. In the coming days, every time doubt comes, every time fear knocks, every time that internal voice tells you, "This is not for me, this will not work, I do not deserve it," you will take a deep breath and you will repeat, "The Archangel Michael declared that my struggle is over, and I believe." Repeat it as many times as necessary, in the bank line, in traffic, before sleeping, upon waking. This phrase is a shield, and each time you pronounce it, the shadows retreat a little more. If this makes sense to you, if something inside your chest is confirming that this message is real, go there in the comments and write, "My struggle is over." When you write it, when you declare it, you are signing a spiritual pact with the light, and the light always fulfills its part. Now I need to be completely honest with you, because this part is crucial. This spiritual window that opened does not stay open forever. It has a time, and that time is running now. That is why the urgency of this video is real. That is why the Archangel Michael trembled when speaking, because he knows that many souls will ignore this call. They will close the video. They will go back to the feed. They will distract themselves with something else, and when they do that, the window will close, and the next opportunity may take years. But you are not like other people. You stayed. You are here. And the simple fact of having remained until this point has already changed your timeline. The tragedy that was predicted was diverted. The block that was installed was removed. The path that was dark now has light. The Archangel Michael whispers, "Tell them that they are entering their truth. Tell them they cannot leave now. They are centimeters from the revelation that belongs to them." And here is the revelation, the final revelation, the most powerful of all. Have you noticed that certain numbers have been appearing repeatedly in your life? On the digital clock, on a license plate, in the change at the market, in the number of a house, on a receipt. Numbers like 1111, 2222, 33300. You look at your phone and it is there. You wake up at dawn and the clock marks exactly that time. It seems like a coincidence, but it is not. They are coded messages from the spiritual plane. They are signs that your awakening is accelerating. They are confirmations that you are on the right path. And these signs have intensified lately, have they not? Along with strange dreams, inexplicable sensations, a restlessness in the chest that does not stop. All of this was the universe preparing you for this moment. It was the Archangel Michael organizing every detail so that you would be ready when the hour arrived. And the hour has arrived, it is now. The Archangel Michael says, the next chapter of this person's life is not just going to improve. It is going to be something created by God personally. Healing will become real. Purpose will strengthen. The future will open like a door that has been locked for years. And when that door opens, the life that existed before will not compare to the one ahead. Did you feel that? That is the divine promise sealed for you at this moment, not for tomorrow, not for next week, now. And I need to tell you something that the Archangel Michael revealed about the real reason you are here. Not in this video, here on earth, in this life, in this body. You came with a mission that only you can fulfill. And for a long time this mission remained hidden under layers of fear, of doubt, of survival. You spent so much time trying to pay the bills, trying to please others, trying to fit into what the world expected of you that you forgot why you were born. And it is not your fault. Life is difficult. The system swallows you. The routine crushes you. And when you finally stop to breathe, 5, 10, 20 years have passed. But today, the Archangel Michael is returning to you that which the world tried to steal, the consciousness of your purpose. From now on, you will begin to feel a clarity that you have not felt for a long time. You will know what to do, where to go, with whom to walk. Decisions that previously seemed impossible will become obvious. The confusion that lived in your head will give way to a quiet, serene, unshakable certainty. And do you know the most beautiful part? This clarity does not come from the mind, it comes from the heart. It comes from that place inside you where the voice of God never stopped speaking, even when you were too busy to listen. Now the noises are decreasing, the silence is arriving, and in this silence the divine voice becomes loud and crystal clear. The Archangel Michael whispers, tell them that the purpose was never lost, it was dormant, and now in this instant it is awakening. Everything you needed all this time was not more effort, it was not more struggle, it was not more trying to prove your value to others. It was this: presence, faith, surrender. It was stopping the running and allowing the blessing to reach you. And it reached you. Here. Now. In this video. The Archangel Michael makes one last request. He says, tell them that the elevation has already begun, that the universe has opened the door, that each difficulty they faced, each silent prayer they made, each moment of strength they did not realize they had, everything brought them here. The blessing is not on the way, the blessing has already arrived. It is already in their hands, they only need to accept it. And to accept it, I am going to ask you one last thing. Write in the comments, I am ready to receive. These words are not just letters on a screen, they are a declaration of the soul. They are a spiritual decree. When you write this, you are telling the entire universe that you are open, aligned, and available for all the good that is yours by divine right. Now, if this message touched your heart, if something inside you recognized the truth of these words, I ask you, share this video, not for me, but because there is someone in your life, a friend, a relative, an acquaintance, who is going through a difficult moment and needs to hear exactly this, exactly now. When you share a message of light, the miracle multiplies. The blessing that was for one transforms into a blessing for many, and the universe records this act of spiritual generosity and rewards you for it. Leave your like on this video. It is not vanity, it is energy. Each like is a signal to the algorithm that this message needs to reach more people. You will be helping souls you do not even know. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because the next videos will deepen this connection with the Archangel Michael in a way you have never experienced. What lies ahead is even more powerful than what you heard today, and I need you to be here to receive it. Before closing, tell me in the comments, what was the part of this video that most touched your heart? I read every comment one by one, and often your word is exactly what another person needed to read to find strength. And now the final moment. The Archangel Michael approaches one last time. His voice is soft but firm, and he says, tell them that the storm has passed, that the sun is rising, that each moment in which they stood firm, even when everything seemed to crumble, prepared the ground for the life that now opens before them. Tell them that I have never been so close. Tell them that I will never let them go. Tell them that from now on, everything changes. Take a deep breath. Place your hand on your chest. Feel the warmth that is there. This warmth is the presence of the Archangel Michael. This heartbeat is the proof that God has not given up on you. He never gave up. He never will give up. You were created for something grand. And that grand thing begins today. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you, titled How to Know If God Will Save You at the Final Judgment. This material was made for those who are at the exact moment when heaven reveals what was hidden and occult movements come to light. Within it are truths that function as spiritual lenses, allowing you to see what previously went unnoticed. You will understand why certain blocks existed, why certain people had so much power over your energy, and how to position yourself so that this never happens again. People who have accessed it told me that for the first time they felt the invisible chains break, that a clarity took hold of everything. The link is in the description of the video and pinned at the top of the comments. If something within you confirms that this is for you, do not delay. Access it now. The prayers you made in the darkness, the hopes you kept in silence, the dreams you almost abandoned, everything is returning to you now. Multiplied, potentiated, blessed. The Archangel Michael seals this message with one last word. It is done. And when an archangel says it is done, the entire universe bows. Every star, every atom, every particle of energy in the cosmos recognizes this order and aligns with it. What was decreed for you at this moment cannot be reversed by any force, any shadow, any earthly circumstance. Your hour has arrived. Your moment is now. Nothing and no one can stop what God has prepared for you. Amen.